Happens in Paradise, and I really enjoyed this. I think I'm gonna give this a 3.5 stars, which is what I gave the first one. I definitely liked it, and I want to pick up the third book and read it, but it wasn't anything super amazing. My friend and I are gonna go shopping, so I wasn't gonna start a new book yet, but I just checked and she's like at least 30 minutes away, so I might as well pick out my next book. I have 4 books left on my August TBR, and I'm definitely in the mood to continue with short, fast-paced books. I'm not ready to get into something a little bit bigger. So even though I really want to read The Mountain and the Sea, which is a sci-fi, it's a little over 400 pages, but it's a sci-fi and I haven't read one in a really long time, so I'm just not ready to get into this yet. I want something quicker. I have a memoir, which I don't think I'm in the mood for right now. And then I have these 2 thrillers, which would give me exactly what I'm looking for. But at the same time, I've been really wanting to read either the Natural series or The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. They haven't been on my monthly TBRs in a while, so I haven't picked them up, but I have so much FOMO. I want to read them so bad. And I know that they're quick, fast-paced, like really short chapters, and that would just be so satisfying right now. Okay, what do I do? I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna start one of her books. And I'm most excited for the Natural series, but I think I'm gonna do the Inheritance Games first because I have the first 2 books and then I only have to buy 1 book. As opposed to the Natural series, I think has like 5 books out right now and I only have the first one. And I am on a book buying ban, so okay, I'm so excited. I have so much hype built up in my head for this book, so I really hope that it lives up to my expectations, but I think this is gonna be really fun. I have about 30 minutes until my friend gets here, so let's see how much I can get through. Okay, I know that everyone says these books have really short chapters and that's part of why they like them. I didn't think they would be this short. I'm on page 8 and I'm already on the 3rd chapter, and then page 10 is chapter 4. I'm loving this. It feels like this is moving very fast and I'm a fan. Good morning. It's Monday and I'm getting ready for work. I wanted to update you on yesterday. Oh my god, did you see that? That happens sometimes with this hair thing. It squirted all over the place. So you saw that I finished What Happens in Paradise and started the Inheritance Games. I started on page 236 of this book and there's 322 pages. So what's that? I read 87 pages of this, and then I only got to like 30 pages of this book. Oh, page 40. I went shopping with my friend, and then I was just busy for the rest of the night, and I only read maybe like 5-10 pages before I fell asleep. Not because it was boring, but just because that happens to me no matter what I'm doing, reading, watching. I just cannot stay awake at night, but I am liking it so far. I really like how short the chapters are. It makes it fun, and obviously like way more fast-paced because it means every 3 or 4 pages I have like 1 or 2 little half pages, so it makes it go by a lot quicker. I feel like everybody has already either read or you've definitely heard of the Inheritance Games, but if you haven't, it is a young adult, I guess maybe mystery, about this girl Avery who one day just gets like a call or is told that some really rich man that she's never heard of before, has no idea who he is, he put her in his will. All that I knew before starting this was that he leaves almost all of his money and assets and everything to her, and so obviously I'm guessing his family is going to be really upset, and then they're, I think, just kind of trying to figure out like, why did he give her the money? And then they're in this big mansion where there's all these like secret passageways and tunnels and stuff. I'm pretty sure all of that is on the back of the book, so none of that should be a spoiler. Oh, and there's a love triangle between 2 of the rich man's grandsons and Avery. So I'm only like 10% in, But I do feel like we started off really fast. Like we just went straight into this guy put her in the will, she's going down to his house, and I actually just ended where they read the will. And so everybody knows that he left like 99% of his fortune to this stranger who nobody knows. I feel bad because it's not part of my August TBR, and I really feel like I should be reading those books instead of this one. So I feel like I am making a mistake almost reading this book, because if I really like it, then I'm gonna probably want to read the next one next. So like I'm just gonna completely abandon my August TBR. But you know what? I guess that is what reading's about. I'm just reading what I want to read. I think the TBR is really fun. That's one of my favorite things to do, is to go use the TBR jar and pick out my books for the month. But sometimes you just gotta read what you're feeling, I guess. I just feel bad about it. But I feel like as long as I'm actually reading the books that are on my physical TBR and not buying new ones, then that's what's most important to me at the moment. So my plan for today is I work from home, so around 4:35 whenever I'm done with work, I think I'm going to film an unhaul video, and then once that's done, just probably read as much as I can. I think I maybe have to go to the grocery store or something, but hopefully I can spend a lot of time on the Inheritance games. I have already spent entirely too long standing here talking to y'all, so I'm gonna go work for the next 8-9 hours, and I'll see you when I see you. Oh wait, okay, I did not give you the tally of how many pages I read. So what did we say? I read 83 pages of this and then 40 pages of this one, so I think that's 123. Yes, I read 123 pages yesterday, and I am keeping track. Okay, see you later. It is a lot later. It's 10:20 at night, and I've had kind of a busy day. I had work, obviously, and then as soon as I was done, I filmed my unhaul video, and then my roommate Kat and I went on a walk. We were gone for like an hour and a half at least, where we walked to a bunch of little free libraries and dropped the books off. We came back, made dinner, and her and I have been watching the show Beef on Netflix, which is so strange, and we watched the last 2 episodes tonight. So I just showered and got in bed, and I'm finally gonna read again. I know I ended on page 40 last night, and I'm on 60 right now. So I read just a little bit here and there, like when I had time during the day, in between filming and going on our walk and stuff. Obviously, 20 pages is not a whole lot, but I will say I have been itching to read this book a lot. The whole time while I was working from home today, I just kept staring at the book and wanting to read it, which is a really good sign. So I hope I can actually read a good amount before I fall asleep tonight, but we'll see. It's pretty early, but I think I said before, I just cannot stay awake. If I'm in bed or like laying on the couch and I'm watching something, reading something, it does not matter. I will fall asleep, but I'm still gonna try. So hopefully I can stay up for a little bit, but no promises. It is 4:43 on Tuesday. I just got home from work, and ew, I just put my hand in something sticky on the counter. What is that? We're gonna pretend like that didn't happen. I actually read a tiny bit during lunch today. Let me see how much I got through. Brought my book in my cute little book sleeve. I started on page 84 and I got to 96, so a whole 12 pages. I was kind of distracted while reading and just kind of gave up. But I'm officially about a quarter of the way into this book and still loving it. I find myself just wanting to pick it up and read it throughout the day, which I don't always get this feeling with a book. So I'm feeling very good about this one. Kat is on her way home from work, and I think that we're gonna go do a little hot girl walk on the treadmill when she gets back. So I'm gonna try and read as much as I can until she gets home. And then I kind of need to lock myself in my room and edit the video I just filmed yesterday. But I also have other things I need to do, like go to the grocery store. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, this might be my only chance to get in a good amount of pages before nighttime. And we all know by now that nighttime reading is not my thing. So I'm on page 108. I haven't read very much since I sat down here. The man who died, Tobias Hawthorne, he left like little clues, I guess, for people to figure out like why did he leave his whole fortune to Avery, and they just kind of started working on one of the first clues, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Like this is, I hope what the rest of the book is like, just them figuring out little clues, and I'm ready for the secret passageways and that sort of thing, but it's getting really fun, and I'm loving the short chapters. I'm on page 108, like you said, chapter 27. That's all I had to say. I'm gonna go back to reading. It is around 11 o'clock at night and I'm exhausted. I haven't read any more since what you last saw. I only got to page 118, so I've read 34 pages today. After we went on our little walk and then had dinner, I was editing the whole time. I was not kidding when I said that sitting or laying down at night is going to make me fall asleep no matter what I'm doing. So I am really not betting on reading any more of this book tonight. I think I'll try, but max I think I'm gonna get like 5 pages. I actually am really hoping that this might be a 5-star book. I haven't had one since February, so we'll see. Maybe I'm trying to force myself to like this more than I really am, but I feel like I am loving it. I'm not obsessed with it. I'm not loving it that much, but I am liking it a lot. So as of right now, we've got 34 pages for Tuesday. I'll update you tomorrow if I manage any more than that. I cannot take myself seriously with this hair. I tried slicking my hair back for the first time and it did not go exactly how I had planned, and I don't like the way that I look. But it's Wednesday, I just got home from work and I'm trying to figure out how many pages I read yesterday. I started off on page 84 and I ended up on 122. So I read a few pages before falling asleep last night, but not very many. I read 38 pages yesterday. I am dying to get my hair out of this, which means probably taking a shower and changing and then reading as much of this as I can, but I also have a lot of editing left to do. I really want to get the video up by tomorrow, and I'm not even halfway through with editing, so I'm afraid that we might have a pretty low number for today as well, but you never know. I'm gonna go do what I said I was gonna do and then read for a bit before I start editing. It's now Thursday and I'm here to update you on yesterday's reading. I started the day on page 122 and I ended up on 218. So that's what, like 96? Is that 96 pages? Yes, that's 96 pages. I'm now a little bit more than halfway through the book. I think that is pretty good and I was really enjoying the book. I definitely would have read more if I didn't have to edit that video last night, but now I am done with editing. That video is scheduled to go up today and I don't have anything else to film or edit today, and I'm working from home. So in a couple of hours I will have lunch and hopefully read a little bit, and I feel like today is going to be another good reading day. Obviously I don't want to give any spoilers for the book, but I want to give a bit of an update. I guess everybody just knows that Jennifer Lynn Barnes does love triangles. And I'm not really a big fan of love triangles in general. I just usually don't end up liking the girl because it's just like, make up your mind already. And especially if they're brothers, like Summer I Turned Pretty. I can't stand Belly because of this, but this book is a little bit different. It's definitely subplot. That's what everybody said, is that it's just kind of minor. It's not as minor as I thought it was gonna be, but it's not the main plot point. So I'm not disliking that part as much as I was afraid that I was going to. So far, I am having a really fun time with this. I feel like it has 5-star potential, which is kind of crazy because I have not had a 5-star since February. I've only had 2 this year. and it's depressing. So I am really, really hoping that this becomes my third 5-star book of the year, and maybe this will start a trend. Time to go back to work, but I will update you when I have something else to say. Hi, it's me checking in just to tell you that I've got about 40 pages left of this book, and they are about to find out something really big. At least I hope so. I had to take a break to get dinner started, but I'm about to sit down and just read the end of this. It's raining a little outside. I've got my little raining jazz music. I don't know what these are called. Soundscapes? I always have one of those on in my room. Just if I'm reading, doing whatever, I love those. So I'm set in the mood. I'm gonna finish this book, and I'm still feeling like it has 5-star potential. I don't want to jinx anything, but let's just go finish this book. Okay, I knew that was too obvious. Oh gosh. What? Okay, we're getting somewhere. Oh my gosh. It's, oh! I know who it is. Okay. Wow. Epilogue time. Okay, this was really fun. I think this might have been a 5-star book. I think it might have made it. Wow. This was just really fun. I just don't know what else to say. It was fun. I like the characters and I just loved it. I know a lot of people are fans of her writing in general, and I can see why. I liked her writing. She made me laugh. It was fun. And other than it just being really fast-paced, just the writing style I liked. I cannot tell you the last time that I was so invested in a book. I was curious how it was gonna end, and it did not disappoint me. I didn't know how she was gonna make this into 3 books, because in this one, the whole book is about figuring out why the grandpa left all of his money to Avery. So I was like, when they figure it out, what are they gonna do? What's the 2nd and 3rd book gonna be about? And I like how she ended it and then what she did to set up the next book. It's not an ending where I'm absolutely dying to pick up the next one. I don't know if I'll read it straight after this or if I'll read maybe a couple books in between and then go back to this. But it did definitely make me want to read the next one, and I just loved this. Oh my gosh. I'm sure I mentioned that this is young adult, and there were certainly some parts that felt super YA to me. But then the rest of the book, I feel like I didn't even realize I'm reading a YA book. It just was a fun like mystery. And then for the romance portion of it, I do agree with people that it is definitely a subplot. It's not the main point, but it is pretty prevalent. Wow, I read way more than I thought I was going to. I started on page 218, and there are 372 pages. So that's how many pages? 154 pages, which for me is a lot, especially on a weekday. If this was a different book, I don't think I would have read nearly as many pages because of the writing style, like the fact that the chapters are so short. And there's also just like not a whole lot of words on the page. It's formatted like a young adult book, but also just being so invested. I wanted to read it every free second that I've had today. Wow, I am so excited. I think I'm going to think about it for a little while. I'm leaning towards a 5-star, but we're gonna let it simmer, and I'm gonna go cook dinner, and then maybe I'll start a new book today. Maybe I'll wait till tomorrow. We'll just have to see. Hey, it's probably a week or 2 weeks later. I am finally wrapping up this video. Right after the end of the week, I got pretty sick and I sounded really disgusting, and I just didn't want to come on here and update the video sounding really gross. So here I finally am. I have the 3 books that I read that week. I don't know like how many pages I read of each one, but I do have how much I read each day. We started off on What Happens in Paradise by Elin Hilderbrand. This one, I think I was like already 3/4 of the way through. I think I actually finished that and then started the next book on day 1, which was Sunday. So Sunday I read 123 pages. After the Ellen Hildebrand book, I picked up The Inheritance Games, which I'm so glad that I finally did. This was a 5-star book for me. I loved this. On Monday, I read 44 pages, Tuesday, 38, Wednesday, 96, and then I think Thursday is when I finished this, and I read 206 pages. Thursday was just a really good reading day for me, and I started His and Hers by Alice Feeney. I read 0 pages on Friday and 52 pages on Saturday. I then fell down the rabbit hole and I read like probably 150 pages. I just finished this book on Sunday because I was obsessed with it. But that does not count for this week that we're talking about. Just thought I'd mention I loved the book. Okay, so the grand total of pages that I read during the week is 559. It's honestly not as high as I was expecting, but that was kind of the whole purpose of this video, was to just be realistic and show you what I might read in an average week. I don't read anywhere near as much as most of the booktubers or book talkers that I watch. It feels like everybody reads an insane amount of books. So hopefully maybe this makes you feel a little bit better if you don't read a crazy amount of books, if you're not finishing like a book every other day. Everyone reads at different paces, and also everyone has different amounts of time that you can devote to reading every day. So this was really interesting to see how much I read. And the fact that I thought it was going to be more than 559, but if I really think about it, that's a lot of pages. I would love to do like a reading 100 pages every single day for a week challenge or something like that. But this definitely has taught me that I usually have either like a pretty meh reading day or a pretty great reading day. So hitting 100 pages every day would probably be a pretty big challenge, but who knows, maybe that's in the cards for the near future. But yeah, that is everything that I read this week. Let me know if you enjoyed this style of video. I thought it was fun to just film like little bits and pieces of what I'm reading and getting reactions. So if this was fun to watch, then let me know and maybe I'll do this more often. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.